Bienvenidos al Dakar 2018.
Hoy etapa 11 de Belén a Chilecita.
¡Viva Argentina!
Welcome to Dakar 2018. There's a mixed start on the menu in today's marathon stage, a chance for the top guns in different classes to share a bit of the navigation, while there's a shake-up on the cards in the trucks.
In a split second, it was over. Adrian van Beveren had dreamt of being the first rider since Stefan Peterhansel back in 1998 to win for Yamaha in the bikes. After a superbly navigated stage 10, which would have seen him put 50 minutes into most of his rivals, the Frenchman fell just 3 kilometers from the finish line. And try as he might, the overall leader was simply unable to go on. "500 metres was all that the 27-year-old could manage before giving up, and the medics taking over. The diagnosis, a broken collarbone and damage to his thorax and spine. Luckily, Van Beveren will make a full recovery, but he may always wonder about what might have been on Dakar 2018.
We went from joy to tears in a second, because he did a brilliant job with navigation today. He'd found the last Rio, we had 50 minutes lead on his rivals, the Dakar was reaching out to him. But that's the race, you have to accept it. He's okay, he's in good health, which is the main thing.
For Yamaha and for Van Beveren, the wait goes on. Meanwhile, in the cars, Stage 10 had a sting in the tail for a charging Nasser Al Attiyah.
I feel the rear wheels was playing, a little bit, and suddenly we lose the control, and we stop. We check the rear triangle arm. It was completely smashed and broken. We don't hit anything, But we decide to continue, slowly. 50 kilometers an hour, and okay, we lose time, but still we are in third overhaul, but okay, is that disappointed, because today I take a lot of time from Carlos.
Previously in the bikes, 6 of the top 8 riders lost their way in the wilderness.
Just one of those days you want to forget.
A lot of people think at home watching the show this is easy, but
Adrian van Beveren crashed out 3 kilometers from the finish line, while Matthias Walkner stormed into a 40-minute lead.
If I win like this because Adrian is crashing, sounds not so good, but today the stage was my best one, so I have to smile.
Previously in the cars, we are witnessing a fight back from Stefan Peterhansel. When you're leading, you're in control mode, but now we have no controlling to do as we are behind, so we will go flat out. Nasser was flying, but finished the stage dragging a wheel.
And I will try to come back, strong, and because you don't know what will happen in the front.
Sainz's lead seems safe, but On the stage, at any second, you can make a mistake or be trapped.
The Dakar's second marathon stage kicks off with 280 kilometres between Belén and Chilecito. There is a different route though for the bikes and the quads, who'll spend the night, assistance free, in a separate bivouac in Fayambala. Well, the early starts on the Dakar can sometimes be worth it. Another stage departure with a difference today. The top 25 finishers from yesterday, 10 cars, 10 bikes and 5 trucks, setting off in a mixed start at 3-minute intervals. Stefan Petterhansel, the man to open the road. Usually when we're uncertain we follow the bike tracks, but today we can't hesitate at all. We have to be sure of the right direction, perfect with navigation, otherwise things won't go well. Matthias Walkner, the new overall leader in the bikes, ready to follow Mr. Dakar into stage 11. As in 2016, the organisers looking to add a little bit of spice with this mixed start. Some of the Dakar's biggest talents getting underway then, and they'll need plenty of concentration throughout this marathon stage, especially with a handful of trucks in the mix. Some may have to watch their backs a little more than others. With a lead of almost 40 minutes heading into this stage, Matthias Walkner's on course to become the second Austrian to win the Dakar after Peter Reif in the trucks back in 1997. However, things aren't going so well for Pablo Quintanilla. The two-time cross-country rallies world champion came into this one an hour and a half off the pace. And he had to deal with mechanical gremlins during the stage, a problem here with the fuel pump. The locals, as ever, happy to help out, but this meant another 33 minutes drop today. Quintanilla is now nearly 2 hours back in 8th place overall. Blair Sanz came in 36 minutes down on Walkner yesterday after a crash, and lightning struck twice for the Spaniard. These Argentinian dunes proving extremely tough to navigate. Another 44 minutes gone for Sanz, but she actually moves up to 13th overall. Today proved to be the end of the line for Joan Barreda. In spite of his 3-stage wins, the Spaniard was forced to quit after yet another crash. The Honda man has been suffering with a knee injury since stage 7.
My knee is completely unstable, and then I was in the bad position on the bike. I'm feeling bad, and I make a new crash, and I said, it's not possible to continue like this. Too much pain these last days. I do all what I can do, and this is until here.
Barreda not the only man to abandon. Stefan Svitko also called it a day this morning. Things are going better though for Honda's Nacho Cornejo, the man who replaced Paulo Gonçalves at the start of the rally. The Chilean, who was junior world champion in 2016, is into the top 10 overall. Some tough navigation on the menu today, especially for the early starters. Walkner deciding to not push too hard. He was happy to come in 5th on the stage, and his lead remains a comfortable 32 minutes. Walkner even getting a chance to share the navigation with Mr. Dakar himself, Stefan Petterhansel. The two men exchanging the lead several times, but Walkner was content in the end to follow the Peugeot through to the finish.
At one moment I pass him and I try to go in front because with the bike shoe is much more easy in the dunes. But then in a fast piste he passed me back, and then I say, okay, looks like really tricky navigation also, so go the safety line, just follow him and then arrive safe to the finish.
And so to the men who got lost in the dunes yesterday. Ricky Brabeck's looking to improve on 9th place as a rookie in 2016. The American 4th today, and he's running 6th overall. Another fine ride from two-time stage winner Antoine Mayo. The KTM star was around a minute quicker than Brabeck. 7th 2 years ago, he looks set for a top 5 finish. Well, yesterday was one to forget for Kevin Benavides in more ways than one. He dropped from 22 seconds off the overall lead to 41 minutes, and his brother Luciano also crashed out. Much better from him today, second place, cutting the gap to Walkner to 32 minutes overall. But the stage win went to the 2016 champion Toby Price. He's been steadily improving since the rally began, and today it showed, his first stage victory of 2018 and his 8th overall. If not for losing 50 minutes yesterday, the Australian would have been very much in the frame for a second Dakar win.
We've just been nice and conservative all last week and the start of this week, and and then just made that big mistake yesterday, and it just threw a whole spanner in the works. So kind of had to push a bit today and just claw a little bit back, and it's cool to get a stage win, which is hadn't done this year so far.
So 4 of the men who lost serious time yesterday, Price, Benavides, Mayo and Brabeck, finishing as the top 4 on the day, with Walkner in 5th. In the standings, the Austrian leads Benavides by 32 minutes. Price, Gerard Faris and Mayo all within an hour. Two different teams, 2 riders, 2 brothers. One, Kevin, is an established star on the rally, 4th in 2016 and aiming for glory. The other, Luciano, is only living his first Dakar. One's 29, the other only 22.
Yeah, he's an example for me. I try to copy him in many ways, but I also want to win. He's an example, but also a rival.
It's an honour and a lot of emotion to ride with my brother. It's the union of brothers. It shows how good we are. We trained hard during the whole year to be ready at the start, and I'm happy for him that his work has paid off.
Teammates during the year, their journeys to Cordoba have been very different.
It's rather odd because we've always been in the same team in Enduro, but I'm proud of him and I hope he can fulfill his goal.
Luciano's first week on the Dakar was impressive, under Kevin's watchful eye.
Yes, I try to talk to him every day, but we have very little time. But I know how he feels and I know he's doing well.
It's a super hard Dakar. I wasn't imagining that it would be that hard. We've always been rivals. At training or in enduro races, we're rivals. But today, on the Dakar, I don't feel like a rival. My goal this year on the Dakar is just to finish. It would be a big mistake to try and compete because at the start, I wasn't at my best level.
Yes, I'm always anxious to know that he finished and is okay. The most important is the health of every rider. So when he finishes a special, I feel better.
Different Dakars, different destinies. While Kevin is still in contention for victory, Luciano's rally ended on the way to Belen. But the brothers Benavides will certainly be battling it out on the Dakars to come.